Joseph arrived in Egypt as a slave, carried there by traders who had purchased him from his own brothers. What began as jealousy in Canaan had now placed him in a land whose language, customs, and gods were unfamiliar to him. Yet even in Egypt, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had not withdrawn his presence from Joseph's life. Joseph was sold into the house of Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard. In that household, Joseph was expected to serve, to obey, and to survive. But something became evident very quickly. Joseph carried himself with discipline, diligence, and integrity. His work was careful, his conduct respectful, and his spirit steady. The Bible tells us that the Lord was with Joseph, and because of this, everything he did prospered. Potiphar noticed that success followed Joseph wherever he was assigned. Trust grew, and responsibility followed. Eventually, Joseph was placed over the entire household, managing all that his master owned. Though Joseph remained a slave by title, he functioned as an overseer by responsibility. This moment teaches an important truth. God's favor does not remove hardship, but it gives meaning and direction within it. Joseph did not wait for freedom to be faithful. He was faithful where he was. As Joseph matured, Scripture tells us that he became well-built and handsome. This blessing, however, introduced a new kind of trial. Potiphar's wife began to notice him, and over time, she attempted to draw Joseph into an immoral relationship. Her advances were deliberate and repeated. Joseph was placed in a position where secrecy was possible and consequences seemed avoidable. Yet Joseph understood that temptation is not only about desire, but about loyalty. He recognized that yielding would be a betrayal of his master's trust and, more importantly, a sin against God. Joseph refused her advances, explaining that everything in the house had been entrusted to him and that such an act would be a great wickedness before God. His response shows spiritual maturity. He did not argue with temptation, nor did he try to manage it. He drew a clear line and stood by it. One day, when Joseph found himself alone in the house, Potiphar's wife seized him by his garment. Joseph chose the cost of obedience over the comfort of compromise and fled, leaving the garment behind. This moment reveals a powerful lesson. Integrity often demands immediate action, not prolonged discussion. Joseph did not remain to justify himself. He removed himself from danger. Though his choice would soon lead to injustice and suffering, Joseph's conscience remained clear. He entered Egypt as a slave, but he refused to allow sin to enslave him. In God's unfolding plan, this moment of faithfulness will become a foundation for future authority.